What's up, everybody? It's Wes and Andy for the Fandom Power Podcast. Welcome back, everyone, to episode number three. Oh, it is three.
Number three, third week.
Second week with a guest. It's Random Fandom Tuesday, and unlike last week where we actually
it fell on a Wednesday,
we moved the show to Wednesday because of Valentine's Day. And did I not refer to the show as Random Fandom Tuesday about 17 times?
It's eventual landing
We have
point.
people in the comments going, "Did you time travel? What's going on?"
We're just ahead. It's week light savings time.
If you're just joining us for the first time, it is Random Fandom Tuesday. It's the show where we talk about where all pop culture subjects are on the table. I generally pull a few entertainment headlines over the past week that I think are kind of interesting to talk about, and I encourage you guys out there, join us in the comments section. Hit us up with your questions and comments about all the entertainment news that you would like to talk about. Also, we are I have to apologize. Not only did I mess up the timing last week, I also messed up the fact that we are, I'm going to say this again,
We're going to try.
We are a call-in show. So you can check out in the link to this video, you will find our custom WhatsApp link. It's right there for you to use. It's also in the banner of our YouTube channel, as well as embedded on our Facebook page. We're here to take your calls throughout the show. Before we get going, what do you think, Andy? Is it time? Oh, you know what we should do?
We'll
we have a guest. We have a guest. Let's bring
comments though.
Oh, well, we can bring our guest in first. Let's get our guest in here. So joining us tonight all the way from someplace else, which actually isn't all that far away, action figure enthusiast and a friend of the show. You may recognize him if you are in any of the Canadian toy groups. It's Morgan Donaldson. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Let me just change this up here so everybody knows who we're talking about. There we go.
Oh,
That's better. That's better. Morgan, hello. How are things in your part of the world?
Oh, things way down here are fantastic.
All the way from someplace else. What, I think we're 40 minutes away?
Yeah, 45.
40 minutes.
On a snowy day, maybe.
Let's take a second and check in with the comments. Joining us, first comment out the gate, it's our guest from last week. It's Go Figure. Hey, look at those legends. So much beard.
I'm trying to add more.
Gaz is here. Hello, Gaz. What's up? TJC, you're welcome. Hey, how are you doing? I hope you're having a great night. Late night again for you. Just after midnight over in the UK, I believe. Thanks for joining us tonight as we hang out and just kind of see where the conversation goes.
Talk nerdy.
Speaking of nerdy, Andy, you got in the vein of our review series, especially our Star Wars review series, where we like to break the ice with a bit of a joke.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do it last week. We forgot for some reason, but we're back. It's because you reminded me this week.
So we've got it might become a tradition.
I hope so.
Random Fandom trivia. We got to get that extra guy in the studio though to record a nice booming voiceover.
Yeah, we do. We need a sounder for that.
Random trivia. Something like that.
I don't think the random Star Wars joke one works. TJC 11 in the UK. Okay, so not too bad then.
Fair enough.
If you're a bit of a night owl, that's a good time to hang out with us all the way over here in Canada.
Mm.
What's on the bill? What do you got?
So this week's trivia question. It is a lyric, and it goes as such: "Yo, listen up. Here's the story about a little guy that lives in a blue world." And that is the opening lyric to a song released by which group?
Oh, wow. I don't know. You want to read the lyric again?
Yo, listen up. Here's the story about a little guy that lives in a blue world.
Oh, that sounds way out of my wheelhouse. Wait a few seconds here, and let's just see if we get any reaction here from the comments. Emotion Monkey, hello, sir. Is this your first time with us? Have you been with us before?
So. I don't think so.
Not sure where you are in the world, but thank you for finding us and hanging out.
Who doesn't love a monkey?
I
like monkeys.
Main monkey business. Looks like nobody in the comments is chiming in. Morgan, what do you think? Do you got an idea on that one?
I know the song. I can hear it in my head.
You probably can.
Oh, we have an answer.
Oh.
We have an answer. Go Figure says Eiffel 65.
Yeah, he got it.
So is that the answer?
That is the answer. Eiffel 65.
Is that the name of the tune or the
tune is called Blue?
Because
he's blue, dabba dee dabba die.
What year was that? Like 2000 and
2000? Actually, well, it was 1995.
When was it?
1995, I believe.
1995.
That's way earlier than I thought it was. I thought that was later in the 90s.
Now, just this past year, somebody did do a update sort of version of it,
Sure.
and they've changed it to "I'm Good" instead of "Blue."
Yes, I know that song. My wife listens to
Same
it.
beat and everything. So
Oh,
Really good
sure,
job with
sure.
it.
Guys, if I'm a little slow on the comments, it's because it's just the two of us tonight, so there is no moderation, which means I am relying on our streaming platform, StreamYard, to pull the comments in from wherever you're watching. So far, everybody's on YouTube. So if I missed your comment, I apologize. I will get to it. Just keep poking at me, and I will get to it. Sorry, guys. Yes, you did get it first. Any entertainment news you want to start with, Andy, or you want me to go into my headlines?
just double checked here. I'm wrong. It was 1998.
Oh, 1998.
Nice.
Sorry.
I've got a few. I've got like half a dozen. Or so
I've got like
so.
non-relevant stuff. I'm halfway through season 5 of Cobra Kai.
Oh, really?
Finally.
I just happen to be wearing my Cobra Kai t-shirt,
Oh,
so
there you
that's a good one to start on. What do you think so far?
So far, I'm liking it.
You know that the upcoming season
Is going to be the final.
Yeah,
season,
will be
yes.
the last season. So, Morgan, are you watching the Cobra Kai?
Yes. We have finished all the seasons at our house.
That's it. Yeah, same at our house too.
Yeah.
The big question on everybody's mind: will Julie make an appearance in the upcoming season?
Wouldn't shock me considering how many other people they've pulled from the 3 first films.
We've managed to land characters that I certainly did not envision Terry Silver or Mike Barnes coming back. Man, unless we dig into the Jackie Chan, the Jackie Chan thing, which is by no means connected to the Miyagi verse.
No.
I mean, Julie is sort of your last.
Your
last.
Yeah.
I have not heard anything from Hilary Swank to either confirm nor deny that she may or may not. Would you guys be for a Julie appearance in the show?
Yeah, for sure. Might as well round out the whole cast. Give everybody that second go around.
I would be okay with it. And I would be okay with it in the same sense, like they've coined this whole thing the Miyagi verse. And recently I was reading some stuff that says that they're not opposed to telling other stories, that even though Cobra Kai might be coming to a close, that there may be other stories within the Miyagi verse. I believe one of the leading ideas, and this is the one that has me the most interested, is a prequel series on Miyagi, on how Miyagi went from a Second World War veteran to working as a maintenance man in Reseda. I think that is a cool story.
Yeah, that's a high task though.
Go Figure says Elizabeth was a shoo-in. That's worth a turn the volume up, man. That's worth a I agree, she was a shoo-in. At least she didn't get her head lasered off in this one.
No.
Ooh. Sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist it. Yeah, Cobra Kai. Ooey gooey in all the right ways.
Yeah, and then it recontextualizes the movies, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. Go figure. Swank would be great, but only if she's the mastermind behind it all, out of jealousy for Daniel.
Yeah, but that's like setting up a
That's
season.
wild. So, I mean, is there a Daniel LaRusso connection? Like, did they? No, we never saw it in the films. They never met.
No, their connection is strictly Miyagi.
Right.
And from what I've seen so far this season 5, it's all about defending Miyagi-Do. Right? The honor of such.
Oh, you're not there yet.
I'm not there yet.
Oh, okay, so I got
a couple more to go.
We can't talk about the other thing.
The other shoe.
Yeah, those who know.
Not there yet. I will be by next week.
Yes, we'll keep the secret safe.
Okay. You guys have been following what's going on Twitter? And I don't mean like on Twitter, like who's tweeting what, but I mean with Twitter itself.
He still owns it, right?
He does still own it. This whole new verification thing that they're going through.
I have not been following.
You've not been following that? If you've been following along with the escapades of what's going on Twitter, there's this whole like people are upset because they want to change the way that Twitter works, how they verify people, and it's going to become a subscription service.
That's the metaverse.
So that's exactly where I was going.
Yeah.
Earlier this week, Mark Zuckerberg just announced that he is intending to roll out a similar thing through Meta. It's going to test in New Zealand, but they're talking about I want to say it's $11.99 for a personal account, and that's a monthly, by the way.
And that'd be US too.
Probably.
Yeah.
And $14.99 for other entities. When I read that,
by Twitter,
the amount of comments, the best comment I read was like, oh yeah, let's just look at what Twitter's doing that's burning them to the ground. Yeah, let's do that. How do you guys feel about that? I mean, we are on all of the social accounts, and we don't have blue check marks or verified accounts. We are who we are. What do you guys think about that?
I think they're shooting themselves in the foot if that's the plan.
It's just a big money grab.
I think so as well.
People aren't as committed as they think they're, and they're going to lose a ton of people.
Yeah.
What's the alternative? I know there are other
there'll always be another alternative. Some little startup will start, and then it'll, Are
we all going to go back to MySpace?
Does MySpace still exist? I really would.
Does MySpace still exist?
Maybe.
I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a long time. But yeah, so that one caught my attention this week, and I was just like, what?
Well, that's kind of in the same vein of what the Netflix password sharing thing.
I already went through that, and
I believe
I just
yesterday.
It's been rolling out slowly. So I mean, if you haven't seen it yet, at some point you will be asked to log into your Netflix account again
and verify your address.
Verify. Yeah. Which Hank had raised a point about that last week when he talked about what about college aged children whose primary residence is still legally their mom and dad's house.
Yeah.
But they're at residence for the school year. What does that mean for them?
Well, what about a bus trip or a train ride where you take it on your cell phone? Is it all of a sudden you're not in your house, so you can't watch it?
The way I understand it is if you verify. Now, I went through the process. I verified my account. So, and it's tracked by IP address. They say as long as you have verified your primary address, you can still use your accounts when you're traveling.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand how they're going to manage that. Are they just going to, if I'm not geographically in my house, are they going to get me to sign in? Like, we go to Niagara Falls every summer. If I want to take my Fire Stick and shove it in the TV at the hotel, is it going to sense that, oh, you're not
where you're supposed to?
Yeah. So make this guy sign in again.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Would a VPN allow you to spoof that?
I've been kicking around the idea of buying into a VPN just because I would like to unlock the full potential of Netflix,
right?
As many people have. I wonder if it would or not, or would it be? I mean, I guess if you could manually set. I don't know enough. I am not a big enough computer. I don't even want to use the word computer and wizard together because that's just not
savvy.
Yeah, I'm not savvy enough to even understand how that even works, how IP address relates to physical. I know that when I verified, it actually said that I was oh my gosh.
In Toronto?
It said I was over in east of Peterborough, like Marmora. Yeah. Belmont, Bethune. Like it had me that's not even close to where I am. Now it does say that it may not, when you
exactly.
Yeah, it may not ping. So mind you, my account still works, so I'm happy with that.
Cool.
But we had that in our house. My father-in-law was with us for quite a while, so we created a profile for him. And then when he got his own apartment, we're like, hey, just here's the device. We already had the device for him. We had an older Roku box that we let him take.
Yeah.
And we just said, you know what? We'll just buy the add-on account. Now, the add-on account to add my father-in-law or to add somebody who doesn't live in your household was like $7.99 plus tax, which is still cheaper than the premium What's a premium account now? $21?
Something like
It
that.
depends on how many screens you want subscribed and how much like bandwidth you're going to use. What kind of overall quality are you going to subscribe to?
Oh yeah.
So
That
it can
those
still
are big.
range in like basic one screen, basic HD for relatively lower cost. But if you want like 5+ screen with 4K
Sure.
and this and that, you're paying top dollar.
Which we are. I mean, we've
Yeah.
been paying for a premium account for a number of years just because I want the 4K experience.
Oh yeah, makes you like it more.
TJC says, I remember using a US IP address back on my PS3 to be able to watch American Netflix, which has way more than the UK. That's the same thing that we experience here in Canada. Like we have this thing in Canada, that whole CRTC, the national regulator that says that,
you can see this, but you can't see that.
And so like that's why we don't get to watch things like Star Trek on Paramount Plus, because the distribution deal means we have to watch it on a Canadian channel, it just baffles me.
Which technically doesn't exist anymore, right?
What's that?
Like a specific channel for that region. Like they're all getting bounced off satellites.
Yeah.
Going all
No, you're
world.
right. You're right. It's all it's all in the space. So no, I watch all my Star Trek on
the stars.
Yeah. Speaking of Star Trek Picard came back with season 3 this week. Did anybody watch?
I have seen the trailer, but that's it.
Oh, have you been watching the series though?
No, I'm so far behind. I'm so far behind.
You could catch up pretty easily. They're not that long.
No.
I think they're 10 episode seasons. They're a typical cable series. This week the premiere. It's pretty good.
Nice.
Pretty good. Yeah. I won't spoil it for anybody, but it's good. If you've watched it, you know what I'm talking about. It's good.
Do you have a spoiler-free review of Ant-Man?
We talked so much about The Flash last week. Can we talk about Ant-Man? Okay, I will talk about Ant-Man. And I will say this. Ant-Man is actually one of the headlines I had for this week.
Oh, cool.
Ant-Man's first movie of 2023 to break 100 million at the box office over the weekend. It was the big movie over the weekend. Guys who saw it, chime in the comments. Let us know what you thought of the film in a non-spoilery way. As I said the other day to you and Hank, if I had to give it a numerical value, I give it a solid 7 out of 10, which on the West scale is pretty good. There are a couple of plot points that I'm not, didn't really care for, but at the same time, I wanted to be entertained. I went in with a very low expectation. So I came away from the movie. I was entertained. I smiled. I laughed. I thought the humor was genuine. I thought the pacing was good. Is it the best of the Ant-Man films? Maybe not. Maybe not. Question from Emotion, who says, is Kang good in it?
Well, if he continued his portrayal the way they were going in Loki, I would hope so.
I would say he is. That actor, Jonathan, oh my gosh, Majors. Jonathan, what's his last name?
Majors.
Jonathan Majors, who is turning up in everything all of a sudden.
I noticed that.
It's a fantastic actor. I just saw him in a film. It's a Korean War movie where he plays a pilot. God, he was good in that. He's great. He's great. Just hands down, he's great.
Excellent.
Yeah, I very much like that.
What was your impression of MODOK in live action?
So I liked the idea of how they brought MODOK back into, brought MODOK into the MCU. The fact that we've looked back to go forward. I thought it was a clever use. I know there's been lots of complaints about the CGI around that it looked what was the comment? It looked very television quality. I didn't have a problem with it.
He's a floating head in a tin can.
He is that. He's that and more. And I mean, when you see the movie and you see how he is put together, it's played for a joke, and it's played quite well, actually.
It wasn't Patton Oswalt doing the voice, though, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, missed opportunity.
But I mean, it's the MCU. We're phase 4, rocketing towards phase 5. All the events that were set up in Loki, I mean, we now get an opportunity to start sort of chewing on those that, this isn't it's not necessarily the Modoc, it is a Modoc. And the same is true of Kang. It's not necessarily the Kang, it's a Kang. And when you try to wrap your brain around that, an infinite number of realities, then it's an infinite number of possibilities anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall, I don't know. Did you see it, Morgan?
No, I've been loosely following kind of what has been the chatter around it.
Sure.
The one thing that has been said about Kang is that he's like a Thanos level threat. So like him as a primary bad guy for this phase, is on par with what we should expect for a main bad guy.
I did. The one thing I really liked about Kang, and I don't consider this to be spoilery, is that this particular Kang that we meet, because remember in Loki we met He Who Waits, right?
Yeah.
And He Who Waits is a Kang variant. But when we meet this version of Kang, his the way he talks about time and his place in time is very Dr. Manhattan like. And I really, really like that idea that he's kind of disconnected from everything, that
seeing everything all at once.
Yeah. And I mean, the guy has nothing but time. And that's where I have an issue with one of the plot points. The guy has nothing but time. So why did you do this thing that you didn't need to do?
Don't forget, in Loki, though, he's like, we laid out the battle and all the Kangs from all the multiverses decided to go at it.
Right.
So this one could make this choice and that one can make that choice.
What's that? You're a big you're the Rick and Morty fan. What is it? The Council of Ricks?
The Council of Ricks.
Yes. Yeah. So think on that level anyway. Yeah. Wow, not only did we get one Hawk the Slayer comment, we get two of them. Wow, that's awesome. TJC, you have a copy of Hawk the Slayer in your collection. Just today, I was going through my Facebook memories, and what pops up from a couple years ago. Oh my freaking God. Hawk the Slayer is on YouTube. I'd watched it, I don't know, a couple of years ago. I love that movie, by the way.
Nice.
Of course, that conversation we had last week with Adam from Go Figure, he knows that as well. So, man, what else is going on in the world? Last week we spent a lot of time talking about The Flash. One of the things that came out of that was they're going all the way back to Man of Steel, to the events of Man of Steel, which I'm going to use to segue into the next headline that caught my attention this week. Sometimes when a writer sits down to write a film, they will get script notes. They'll get script notes from the studio.
Change this, do that.
Add
a spider.
So David S. Goyer, who wrote Man of Steel, recently had an interview with the Hollywood Reporter where he actually talked about the worst script note that he ever got. It's so bad. Like, it is so bad. It's like punch yourself in the face bad.
Oh, no.
Are you ready for this?
Yep.
While working on the script for Man of Steel, there's a plot point. I mean, hopefully we've all seen this movie by now. Spoiler if you haven't. There's a point in the film that calls for Superman to use his pod to stop General Zod. Script note comes back and says, you need to change this. If Superman uses the pod, how will he get back to Krypton? I'm not kidding. That's a quote.
No.
Yes.
That can't be.
No, for real. If anybody doubts me, I will link the article in the description. How will he get back to Krypton?
He's not going back.
For real. That actually happened.
Oh, man.
Resolute Rebellion, hello. Thank you for joining us. Welcome. Having a great week so far. Yes, I'm having a great week. It's only Tuesday. There's still much more of the week to go. Yes, and the reactions are now pouring in. Oh, that's horrible. Yes. I feel you, Gaz. I feel you.
Like, sure, Krypton did come back in the comics at one point, or multiple points, whatever you will, but no, he's not going back.
Yeah. Script
He
notes.
can just fly through space now.
I have a question. In the trailer, there's this.
Yeah.
There's a scene, a picture of a hall of bat suits.
Yes,
Is it in the trailer?
it is. It's totally in the trailer.
I watched it specifically because I saw the image popping up and I didn't recognize it. And I saw the trailer and I still didn't see that part.
It's definitely there. It's only just a couple of seconds. The hall of armor, as it will. I'm going to see if I can pull that up here. Batman.
The Iron Man knockoff.
Batman trailer.
It works.
Hall of...
That's the analogy they went for with Batman versus Superman too, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's like, oh look, a billionaire with a suit of armor to fight somebody bigger.
What I'll do here is I'm just going to let me see. That's a pretty big image. That'll show pretty nicely.
Yeah, it should work.
Save that. I'm going to throw it up as an overlay here so everybody can enjoy the goodness of this image here. Where is it here? It's in my overlays. Here we go. Let's bring that up.
Na Batman.
No. Apparently it does not want to. Oh, there we go. That's why.
That's one knockoff shirt that we haven't done yet.
What do you mean?
We haven't done a na Batman.
Oh,
We can do a na fandom.
na fandom. We could. Why is this not wanting to? Oh,
Technical difficulties.
technical difficulties again. You know what I'll do?
We're cursed.
I'll screen share.
There you go.
I'll screen share. I'll just throw it into. Let me do it this way. There we go.
Perfect.
I'll screen share this so everybody can enjoy. Here we go. Screen.
It'll work now.
There we go. The Hall of Bats, I guess, as it were. There it is, right there. Let me only take the names off so we can all see it. There we go. There is your Hall of Bats. It looks like for every bat suit that Affleck had, it looks like Keaton had something similar.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like there's his own version of the Nightmare suit there on the right hand side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm liking the second one from the left.
I think
gray.
that's the one that everybody's talked about the most.
The
is
West.
the blue and gray. But Batfleck's wearing a blue and gray suit when he's on the bike.
Is he?
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but in that sequence where I assume it's part of the sequence, he's no longer on the bike. He's leaning up against the jersey barrier with the grapple gun. It's blue and gray.
Yeah,
it's very muted, but it's definitely blue and gray. So yeah, that is in the trailer. The Flash. It's really just a Batman movie.
Yeah. It's like Spider-Man No Way Home, but for Batman.
Yeah, absolutely it is. So there you go.
no one's seeing it for Ezra Miller. I'm not.
For who?
Ezra Miller.
We talked a little bit about that last week. It's got to be insanely difficult to have a troubled life and be a public figure, whether it's celebrity, political, or what have you.
Yeah, anybody in the spotlight.
I'm not condoning anybody's behavior. Certainly not theirs. But it's got to be like we just don't know what's going on in that person's life that would push them to say and do or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, if it comes to light that, they really are, guilty of what they've done, then we can all sort of reserve our judgment till then. That being said, I didn't think he was a great Flash to begin with. He wasn't bad. He just wasn't great. So I don't know, maybe this is a chance for Ezra to shine. And if they really are taking the steps to right the wrongs, then, it's like I said before, it's the hiring, the firing, and subsequent rehiring of James Gunn. And I think that we need to remember that there is this thing that's called personal growth. And when people, do I use the analogy? When people are repentant and actually actively go out of their way to make amends, I think we need to be just a little bit more, recognizant of that. Internet mob mentality.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's dangerous mentality.
Emotion Monkey. Grant Gustin is a good Flash.
Yeah.
He's a good Flash that is hampered by poor writing. And I say that only because that show jumped the shark a couple seasons ago. And I was a staunch Flash supporter right up until, as I said last week when we were talking to Adam, once the cast started bailing, I'm out.
That's what happened with me and Arrow. I love this show, but right up until the Team Arrow was falling apart and people were going their own ways, and they brought in new people, and it was more of a larger team of people I didn't know, I kind of quit watching at that point.
I felt that the Team Arrow thing, first of all, let's call it what it is. Arrow was just Batman reskinned. It was a Batman series reskinned. That formula that they established in Arrow with Team Arrow, and then it's Team Flash, like it got old. It got old, and I understand that they've kind of shaken that up a little bit this season being the final season, but I don't know if it's enough to drag me back in. I might just hold on until I see the internet explode. Oh, Stephen Amell's back.
I'll watch that right. Stephen's coming back.
I'll watch those episodes with him just to see if there's a succinct tie up. I mean, what's the headline I read today? The headline I read today said that The Flash is probably not the best show to give the Arrowverse the send-off it deserves.
No, I agree with that.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I remember in at a fan expo, there was the Arrow had just launched, and they were showing the pilot to a group of people, myself included at the time, and and so we got to watch the full first episode before it aired publicly. And then they had the cast in a panel at the front of the table, and no one knew at the time how big it was going to get. It was neat to be part of that.
Well, that's actually kind of cool. I just saw today. It's not in my headlines, but it did kind of Toronto Comic Con. Toronto Comic Con just had an announcement today that Robbie Amell, Danielle Panabaker, and oh my gosh, the actor who plays Cisco is going to be attending this year's Toronto Comic Con.
Oh,
yeah. Adam at Go Figure says Arrow season 1 is flawless.
It was amazing.
I did appreciate the first season.
Yeah.
I just didn't like the whole screw up with Black Canary.
Oh no, eh?
Yeah. Like to have.
How many canaries did we have?
We had too many canaries. But to change it like mid run, to have her go from being Laurel Lance to being Dinah Laurel Lance.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's fair.
And then also have this other Dinah come in and be like, oh, I'm a cop.
Heels is a brilliant show. I wish I could comment more on that. Now, Stars? I think it's on Stars. I don't know who produces that one, and I haven't seen it yet, but I am definitely interested in the same way that I was interested in Young Rock before I had to start paying for City TV, but I didn't do that. So I'm behind on that one too. So Toronto Comic Con, we can keep that one rolling. This one got my attention. Also on the guest list. Are you ready for this?
Lay it on us.
Andy Serkis.
Ooh.
Oh, that's right.
Andy Serkis is coming to Toronto Comic Con, and that might be enough to get me to go. I love the show. It's a great show. I so dislike the downtown congestion of Toronto.
Yeah.
Especially during conventions, because it comes with all the things that conventions come with.
Well, when you have to travel to Toronto and go through it's a big effort for people who live far away to get there. And the show it's okay. If I was closer and it was less hassle to get there, then yeah, it'd probably be more of an effort to get there. But it's not on my list of things to attend every year.
I'm just gonna pull this up here. I've got the link. What I'll end up doing is I can screen share. Oh, you know what's funny? It actually opened up in my
second tab.
That's wild. It opened up in my incognitos, which means I won't be able to share that. Well, that's fine. You know what I'll end up doing is I'll just copy it and bring it over here.
There you go.
I'm going to take a look. I want to bring up the guest list for the show this year, because I think that's there's some interesting things that are interesting people that are coming this year that I think would be
kill that second tab.
I don't know what the heck just happened.
I do.
What did I do?
Here, let's see.
Oh, I know.
There we go.
As I'm trying to watch my own show through YouTube. Gosh. You know, I really need a producer behind the scenes that's doing nothing but pushing buttons. Because if that was the case, then it would be none of this like, why does he look like he's all stoned out all of a sudden?
Well, how do we not get bloopers then?
I don't know.
Or the annual blooper reel.
Give me a second. Let me go here. Let's do that. Okay, here it is. Here is the take those names off. Here's our list of
here's the wrong one.
That's not what I want to do.
No, it's not. We'll get there.
Why am I Andy, what am I doing wrong?
So kill that one out.
I'm trying. Can you imagine? Stop.
It goes like this a lot, Morgan.
It really does. I mean, and that's the beauty of being live is that is it this one?
That's the one.
It's this one.
There you go.
It works.
Okay. Here's a quick look at who we're getting. Andy Serkis coming on Saturday of that weekend. By the way, Toronto Comic Con, it's my gosh, it is March 17th to the 19th this year.
23 days and 10 hours and 22 minutes away.
Not too far away at all. It's actually before my next getaway vacation
there you go.
in April. So Andy Serkis, Robbie Mel, Danielle Pennebaker, Carlos Valdez, Sean Gunn.
Ooh, nice.
Scott Patterson of Gilmore Girls fame doesn't mean anything to me.
Matt
Ryan, Constantine, and Emily Swallow. That's the armor from The Mandalorian.
She was also one of the big bads. She plays God's sister in Supernatural.
A show that I never watched. So she's the armor to me.
Well, there you go.
A role that we don't even get to see her face.
No, but you get to hear her.
So yeah, that's kind of what's on the bill for Toronto. Now, Morgan, you made a really good point when you said that Toronto is not exactly the most user-friendly show if you are coming from out of town.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. What am I doing here? Let's take this out. That being said, let's bring up the list because I wanted to segue into another convention happening this summer.
Which one?
This one right here. We're gonna.
That's always a good.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a convention to go to, and you want one that maybe it's a little bit further away, but for my wife and I, we always make this one a weekend because
you almost have to.
It's the best way. I mean, you can go and play tourist here and just do all the goofy touristy things. Of course, it's the Niagara Falls Comic-Con. With
those first two lines, that's like almost getting me through the door.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've gone to Niagara quite a few times now. I enjoy the show. It is still what I would consider a small to medium sized show. It is growing. It's nice. It's a nice size show. Plus it's in Niagara Falls. So, I mean, where else?
The convention, just go tourist it up,
which is exactly what we do. We usually go down on the Friday night. We do all the touristy stuff, Clifton Hill, where we act like fools and drink lots of beer. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. Pay crazy, ridiculous prices for meals and drinks and stuff,
and then go play
and just have a good time.
Kid arcade.
Yeah. How many tickets can you get?
Lots.
I do the go-karts, the Mario go-kart track.
How was that?
I haven't done that yet myself, but I've been wanting to.
My son wants to do that too.
So, Trailer Park Boys, Canadian icons, obviously. Chaz Palminteri, Michael Rosenbaum. That's another. Speaking of Flash, there's another Flash for you.
Oh, technically,
we've got. Yes, technically, it counts.
He was Smallville.
He's still a Flash.
He wasn't a Flash. That's Lex Luthor.
No, he's a Flash. Justice League.
Smallville,
yeah.
I think
Justice League Unlimited, the animated series.
Oh, okay.
He's a Flash.
He'll be Lex Luthor to me.
I'll give you that.
All right.
I'll give you that one. We've got some representation from the boys with Laz Alonso and Tomer Capone. John Hader, Efren Ramirez,
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah. This one's interesting. The musical appearances. Steve Ferrone from Tom Petty's band and Gina Shock from the Go-Go's. I certainly wasn't expecting that.
Titanic.
Billy Zane from Titanic.
Billy Zane. I mean, if there's a guy, and I say this in the nicest way, but I just am so not a fan.
No, he plays the arsehole to the T, though.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, is it bad that I just want to punch him?
He's done his job then.
Okay. Yeah, yes, he's done his job. Unless he's like that in real life.
Oh, true. There are those as well.
I want to like him. I've tried many times to watch The Phantom, and he is the Phantom in the movie, but God, it's hard to watch. Nolan North, video game legend.
I saw him in live at Fan Expo a few years back, at least.
Oh, sure.
He was fantastic. He was good. He was doing an interview, and he's a great personality. Good, easy to watch.
Jerry Mathers, the Beeve himself,
still making the rounds.
Oh yeah. I should probably move this over here so I can stay up to date with what's going on here. There we go. Red says, don't worry. The only people who like Toronto are the people from Toronto. The rest of us know better, says the guy who is messaging from not too far away from.
That's a good one there.
Is Andy going to be there in person or just a mocap rendering? That's an interesting question. I want to go to Niagara Falls Con dressed as a Sam Squanch. Absolutely.
Sam Squanch, Ricky.
If you're going as Sam Squanch, I'll go as Ricky Bobby.
Wrong franchise.
Payne's Toy Samples. Hello, all. Nice to have you along tonight. And yes, Gaz, the Phantom.
Yep.
All right. We did get a cancellation, though. We got a cancellation. And, man.
I'm betting you Trish will show up, though. Trish Stratus.
Probably.
Oh,
Bret Hart
is going to be there.
Bret Hart's exciting. I like that. Bret Hart.
Nice.
Henry Thomas. So, Adam from Go Figure. We were just talking about E.T. The other day. Elliot himself is going to be there. I think
and
that's
Tom
awesome.
Berenger.
Tom Berenger. Man,
I just watched Major League and Major League 2 like 3 weeks ago.
I still like Major League.
They're still making the rounds on AMC.
Are they?
Yep. Wendell Clark.
I do like him. Yes, Wendell Clark. So I mean, lots and lots of stuff. Because I mean, the guys that do Niagara Falls Comic Con are the same people that do Frightmare at the Falls. Yeah.
We got some horror royalty here.
For sure, we do.
Kane Hodder and Doug Bradley.
This is right up your alley.
Yeah.
You're getting the last. Oh, so here we go. Mickey Dolenz, the last surviving member of the Monkees, has canceled. As has.
Oh, what the hell?
Carrie Elwes.
It's like how many times in a row now?
Well, I was going to say
he canceled in 2019 when I went.
This is the one that my wife, more than anything, I think wanted to see.
Inconceivable. I would take him over Carrie Elwes at this point.
Fair enough. Henry Thomas was in a horror movie a few years ago called Dead Birds. It was brilliant. Andy, is that on your radar?
I don't believe I've seen that.
It's definitely not on my radar. So, yeah, those are your two big, to my estimation, those are the two biggest conventions coming up here this year that are sort of close to us.
Well, Fan Expo in the late year.
Fan Expo usually right around Labor Day weekend here in Canada.
I think it'd be a trip to meet Jesse Ventura, though.
I mean, you guys could talk conspiracy theory for like hours
and hours. And after that, talk wrestling and then talk, Predator movies.
So there, John Delancey is going to be there. And I mean, as you know, and now the rest of the world is about to know, my wife has a connection with John Delancey when he was a much younger actor that working in Canada, that he happened to, as people do, because he was a soap guy then, and he had just started doing Star Trek, innocuously stepped in off the street to get a haircut in the salon that my wife was working in at the time. And my wife was a massive Q fan. Wait, what's going on? Are we getting dings? Oh, I thought we were getting our first call. I was about to jump on that, but no, we are not.
Oh.
My wife is a massive Q fan, so she basically did the starstruck like, and she didn't know what to say to him, so she's like, "You're him," and of course he's very playful with her, like, "I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? You're him. You're the guy. You're the guy from Star Trek. You're Q," and him being playful like he is naturally, just kind of like, "No, no, 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 no," and it was.
Mhm.
Fast forward to the middle of COVID, and celebrities are looking for ways to stay connected to their fans. And John Delancey joins this program where he paired up with a bunch of independent artists who did these digital Star Trek pieces that he would sign digitally. And so the signature is digitally printed on, but it is an original autograph with a personalization.
Neat.
So if I didn't buy one for my wife and I had him write on it, "Thanks for the haircut." And I kid you not, it's hanging in her salon right now. So I'm like, do we take it off the wall and take it with us? Like, do we go to Niagara this year? Do we take the thing with us and like, hey, do you remember signing this one? You want to sign it again?
Yeah.
That would be kind of awesome.
With a real
double
pen?
stamp.
Yeah, really. Why does it have 2 autographs?
Double the value.
Stock.
One to rock, one to stock. John Delancey should play Q in the next Bond movie. I can't. That's priceless. That's priceless. That might be the best thing I've read all day. Oh, you should do that. Okay, thank you. That being said, we'll take it off the wall and take it with us. John Delancey should play Q in the next. I'm sorry.
Oh, there you go.
That's like Q2. He gets to be 2 Qs.
Q squared.
Q squared. Oh, I'm sorry. I did not mean to lose it like that.
Come on, compose yourself.
Yes, I'm sorry. That was awful of me. What did I do?
Nothing. We're still talking.
Okay, where were we?
Oh, we got a
just testing. Well, let's just send a little. So whoever said just testing, I hope you're watching to let you know your test text came through.
Did.
But I'm going to text you back to say,
what's up? Or WhatsApp.
Text received. We're here.
We got Go Figure saying, imagine getting him to sign all your Bond movies and play dumb. You're the guy.
It's Q. It's Q. I think if we're gonna talk Bond for a second, can we circle back to oh my God, Monty Python actor
Eric Idle?
No, not Eric Idle. The other one, John Cleese. John Cleese is what, 2 outings, 1 outing as Q. I was ready for, and I've said all along, not all along, knowing that Daniel Craig was winding down as Bond, I for one am ready for a return to campier, sillier, more lighthearted Bond. Man, what a missed opportunity not getting Cleese for more pictures. I would love to see that. Yeah. Okay. So that's our convention news out of the way.
All right. Any good convention stories
for me
or Morgan?
Oh,
I haven't been to. I was at the auto show this past weekend.
Oh wow, how was that?
It was good. It was
that
it was Saturday? It was a lot of fun.
That's the International Auto Show, right?
Yeah.
And what venue is that one in?
That was in the convention center.
Oh, so right downtown.
Yeah, okay. Right there.
So there was a couple of crossover vendors, though, weren't there?
Yeah, there was Lego had a big display in a whole Lego store set up.
Oh wow!
All the like their racers collection and all their different model cars and things. Nice. They had a Lamborghini made of Technic, life size, all illuminated lights and everything.
Life size Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
I'm betting a big rope around it to keep your hands off it.
Absolutely. Yes. And Hot Wheels was there as well. They had an entire stick, and they teamed with Toys R Us, and they had an entire retail store set up for Hot Wheels, everything. Although when I got there Saturday, it was pretty picked over. Like there was there's a lot of empty pegs, and the bins were like 2/3 empty.
Ooh.
And they had a section too, which is actually really
over
cool,
by middle-aged men.
Yeah,
quite literally, yes. And they had a section where they had life-size versions of their Hotmobiles, like the Vader mobile. There was a life-size version of that.
Was the Vader mobile there?
Yes, it was.
So I've seen a lot of stuff on the Vader mobile. It's well documented on YouTube that's built on the chassis of like a C5 or a C6 Corvette.
Oh wow!
And it is a real functioning car. Like it is drivable, and I think I love that.
I was thinking the windshield looks blacked out, so if it's drivable, I wonder if that's just
I wonder
like cover from the inside or what that would be. I don't know. Or maybe heavily tinted.
Is it replaceable? I wonder. Like
maybe, I don't know. It was super awesome looking though. They had a bunch of other Hot Wheels style cars, like especially some of the custom ones that Hot Wheels does, but like the full size.
Nice. They've got that they have a program that they run once a year where they go around to all these auto shows, and essentially they pick a car and they go, okay, we're going to turn your custom rod into a Hot Wheels. Yeah.
Oh,
that would
I've seen them cool. I've seen them going the other way too, where like if they have a really popular model, they'll actually build it life size.
Oh yeah, build.
And then at some, I don't know if it's at all of them, but at some of them they actually have like a giant orange track.
Oh sure.
You can basically drive it down it.
I think they had something like that years ago with the Camaro when it was redone.
Nice.
They had the promotional Camaro was like an iridescent sort of yellow-green paint job.
Wow.
And they had that there, and then they were giving away little dinky cars of the exact same car.
Nice.
And I think they had an orange loop, some sort of decorative piece somewhere, or like it wouldn't be live size for the car, but it was nearby in the setup. It was pretty interesting. I
got sucked into this YouTube channel that is nothing but Hot Wheels like racing. It's all gravity racing, so it's a couple loops on a track. It's 3 or 4 cars wide. And it's to the cool thing is that it's this massive diorama on this huge table, but they do a commentary like it's a real race. And it's the most, first of all, it's amazing. Second of all, it's hilarious. And they take submissions from the public. So like people are taking their custom painted, sometimes it's a Hot Wheels, sometimes they're Matchbox, and they'll tell you what it is. And then they run them in they do a couple of heats where, okay, it's 2 cars, left lane, right lane. They'll do a heat and then they'll run that heat again, but they'll switch lanes and then they'll advance from there. And they've done like multiple racing series with these Hot Wheels cars, and it's awesome to watch. If I find the link, I'll drop that one in the description as well.
Nice.
That'd be fun to watch.
Yeah. Oddly enough, it's the one thing I don't collect a lot of. I don't do a lot of Hot Wheels. I do some die cast, but
I like
it's
my
usually
Batmobiles.
So I have a small collection of Batmobiles as well. I have some other die cast
Batmobiles. Yes, for sure.
I mean, I got my I do like that's one of the Disney Store before the Disney Store went out. That's a couple of years before they went out. They did a whole series of die cast Star Wars stuff, and I mean I have some other diecast stuff too.
Yeah, Hot Wheels did a bunch of sets of.
I mean this is one that Morgan, you'll appreciate this kind of stuff, Morgan.
Oh yes, I love that.
Yeah,
that's good.
That kind of stuff. But yeah, so I like that kind of stuff. But I mean, yeah, I don't do a lot of diecast. I did for a while. Now, talking about diecast and action figures, we're all action figure guys here. We love that.
Bionic
stuff. 6, Star Wars Elite series.
Yes,
the Elite series. I mean, they didn't need another scale, but I mean, for a while there was a few characters that you just couldn't get them any other way but the Elite series. Case in point, the brown jacketed Cassian Andor when he was a convention exclusive. So the only way you could get him in a regular release was this die-cast Elite series. Man, did you ever drop one? Watch your toes. Ooh.
They've done die-cast Star Wars in the past at the Disney Store.
Yeah, and so that's what I was saying with this Elite series. That's where they were sold exclusively at the Disney Store, but they weren't 7-inch and they weren't 6. They were like this in between scale.
Yeah,
it was weird. Yeah,
they were heavy.
Red says, if you like that, you should check out Marble League.
I've seen some of those.
Is that? Tell me more about that.
Basically, Hot Wheels track for marbles. So they'll have like, what do you call them? You know, when you circle a pipe and fall through the middle?
Yeah.
So it'll drop into that. And there'll be little obstacles and wheels. And
Interesting.
Yeah.
Almost like what's those devices called that are the kids do science experiments? It's like this big, like the gold brick Rubik thing, the Rubik brick thing.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, they've got like marble run sets all over the place, and every configuration you can think of.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
DHR commentators are top quality. Yeah,
they are, because they'll call it like, you know, the blue marble's in the lead and the red one's picking up speed.
That's how the Hot Wheels guys do it. They treat it like it's a real race. Like they'll talk about the car's livery, the number, and then they talk about whoever submitted the car as if it was they're the driver. So it's quite entertaining that way.
Nice.
Everybody see the new poster for the Marvels that came out earlier this week?
Yes.
Or last week, I guess it was.
Yep.
Just before the weekend. Nice shot of
so
we get a shot of Carol Danvers and
Kamala Khan and
Kamala,
Spectrum.
Yeah, and
Monica Rambeau.
So the film has been delayed.
Delayed
till November now. That's not a big deal. That doesn't bother me.
No. I wonder what story element it conflicts with. Bless you.
Man, can you imagine doing that on camera? Wait, I just did.
Oops.
How embarrassing.
Blooper reel.
That's okay. I'm not getting paid. Just hanging out with my friends. All right. Yeah. So delayed until November.
I think that'd be a good movie. I think they'd be really good together. Kamala Khan, the show is pretty good, but I think she's going to be, if they write her right, she's going to be a pretty good character.
Yeah.
I enjoyed her series. I thought it was really well done. I like the Rambo character as well. I think she's okay. I kind of hope to see more of that.
Especially since she's all powered up now from WandaVision.
Right. And are we okay with the bracelet thing for Kamala? I know we've talked about this before, Andy, you and I have.
Well, I'm still on the fence as to where they're actually going to push her, because there's, you're the first mutant. But
is she? She's not, though.
Well, the buddy tests her DNA and finds out that there's something going on with the genetics.
There's a mutation there.
Yeah. So how far are they going to push that? Are they going
the bracelet gives you the bracelet gives you a way to differentiate her powers from Reed Richards, though.
Yeah.
And I think that's important, knowing that is where we are going. We are going to the Fantastic Four at some point.
Yeah. Well, they've said the first leg of the race was the Infinity Saga.
Yep.
Now we're into the Kang Dynasty, and then the third wave of it will be like the cosmic level Galactus coming to eat us.
Yeah. I mean, that'll be okay.
It would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you want to play, Reed Richards?
Who do I want to play? Okay, so I mean, I had no issues with Krasinski in that.
I think it was great.
That I'm not gonna lie, that was probably the best part of that movie was the
Illuminati.
Was the Illuminati sequence.
Yes.
Not to say that I didn't enjoy the rest of it, because I did. I like Doctor Strange. I like Cumberbund. I think he's a good guy. He's a good actor.
Bandersnatch.
Him, yeah. That's the one. Come on, Red. I know you got about 40 versions in there, and you come on, start typing them out.
Just call them in.
But hey, guys, let's those are just a few of the headlines that I pulled this week that I saw. You guys out there, you got any entertainment news that you guys want to talk about? Hit us up in the comments. Of course, you can use our custom WhatsApp link. You can give us a call here on the show. Be live on the show. Andy, what do you got? You got anything?
$5 Friday has actually been pretty good the last few weeks.
Has it been?
It's been fantastic.
Over at GameStop, yeah.
I am so
if you're lucky enough to get into it on time, I guess.
Yeah.
But, lots of DC McFarlane stuff. Lots of Marvel Legends as well.
Most of it hasn't even been online either. You got to go in store.
Yeah.
You've just jogged my memory.
Uh-oh.
I've got some toy news.
Toy news.
Just today, Hasbro Pulse showed off the latest Guardians of the Galaxy wave of Marvel Legends, and in true toy fashion, they've spoiled the plot point.
The really beefy flying Groot.
So that is that's a second. There's 2 Groots in this wave, and that Groot is going to be sold as a deluxe, the way I understand it. Groot with a nice set of wooden butterfly wings is the best way that I can describe it. By the way, this Groot, he's thick.
He's been thick since the Christmas special, though.
Thick, like squat.
Yeah, his face is wider.
I'm okay. It's a different character, right?
Yeah,
it's
he's
not
growing up the same way.
Yeah. Is the flying thing, is that consistent with comics? I don't know. Sure. I don't know. Anybody out there a Guardians fan can fill me in on that one. Groot's gonna fly in this movie apparently with his little wooden butterfly wings. Now the other version of Groot is coming with a slug figure, and I showed that to you today.
I couldn't find it.
Did you not find it? Okay.
No.
The Groot is coming with a slug figure. It's a baby raccoon. And I know that there's we think it's a flashback sequence in the trailer that it's a young Rocket with his little otter buddy. And you had said, is it the otter? And I'm like, well, this is clearly a raccoon.
Yeah, because I know the Build-A-Figure from this wave is going to be Cosmo, the space dog.
Yeah. And then the other one that has me more excited than that, also from Hasbro, Wave 2, everybody. Wave 2 of the Dungeons & Dragons cartoon figures went up for pre-order just the other day. So if you haven't seen them already, they are up on Amazon. They are also on GameStop, at least here on the Canadian site, which I will be pre-ordering them after the stream tonight because
you don't get them in that
way.
Gambling.
All of the QC issues aside, and I know there's lots out there. We've seen the Hank Ranger hand fiasco, 2 of them that Pixel Dan went through. I don't care. I will take my chances because if these are the only D&D cartoon figures we ever get, I must have them. That's
what
how
happened with the hand.
The quality control is not necessarily up to snuff. The same hand on 2 separate figures, same character, snapped right out of the box.
Oh no!
And apparently they were both heat treated prior to. So I have Wave 1 minus Venger, who is waiting for me at a friend's place. And I have not opened mine yet. And I'm debating whether or not to do it as a video.
That could be fun.
Just try to hit the vein the first time, Wes. A little medical humor from Red. I appreciate that. That's funny. Yes. Not that I'm giving any IVs anymore.
Well, the toy companies are bleeding us dry.
They are. So yeah, I may do those as an unboxing. I might do them for the channel. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we do some unboxings?
Well, you're only going to unbox them once.
I'm not saying that I'm going to unbox them right now, but
when you do, you'll only do it once.
No, that is true.
That is
true.
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, so Wave 2, it's a Sheila, that's Bobby's older sister, the thief with the invisibility cloak. It's Eric, the cowardly cavalier with the shield, and it's Presto, the really awful magician. But I have to have them. So,
nice.
And if they do no other D&D cartoon figures after that, I'm fine with it.
You good?
I don't need any more after that.
What about a dragon?
The only dragon that's worth doing is Tiamat, the multi-headed dragon. And staying in the Dungeons and Dragons thing, they just showed off a black dragon for the movie line of toys, not to scale because the movie figures are 6-inch. This black dragon, it's a great looking dragon. It seems like it's the sculpt is amazing. The articulation on it suggests that it's more of a basic figure, like it's articulated legs at the shoulders, the wings move and the mouth opens. But I said the Fwoosh, I don't know if you're a fan of the Fwoosh.
I believe it's
the Fwoosh on YouTube. Robo on the Fwoosh did a review on it, and I commented on his video. I said this is going to be the cheapest black dragon that any gamer will be able to purchase for their 25 millimeter gaming miniatures, because it would be like an ancient sized dragon for that. Perfect for that. I'd use the old the McFarlane line.
They had some nice ones.
I use the which is exactly what I bought into the McFarlane line of dragons specifically for that reason, to use in my Dungeons and Dragons game, because I bought them on clearance. I think I paid $10 for that guy.
Nice.
That's an adult red dragon.
Yeah.
Works for 25mm scale.
Yeah, depending on how many figures they release in the line, that could be a good opportunity for a Build-A-Figure. If you were going for a giant dragon.
Listen,
would be awesome.
You want to? Can I circle back to the Guardians thing?
Sure.
The Build-A-Figure for the Guardians wave. Who do you think it is?
It's Cosmo.
Cosmo, yeah.
A dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That there's not enough plastic in that dog to make it worth a Build-A-Figure.
There wasn't enough plastic in Hitmonkey either.
Be a bit of a letdown, maybe.
Was Hitmonkey a Build-A-Figure?
Hitmonkey was originally a Build-A-Figure.
That really bothers me.
You got the head and the guns. I think the arms, and then the body and legs. He didn't come with many figures, but
there's no Gamora in the wave either, by the way.
Yeah.
Why are small characters small characters? Why are they Build-A-Figures? The Build-A-Figure thing was so you could get an oversized or you could get another. But if it's going to be a small figure, why not just package it with somebody else and make it a deluxe?
Yeah.
Money.
You know,
exactly what it is.
Sticking with the D&D thing, Venger comes with the Dungeon Master, who is essentially a slug figure. His arms are posable. But I mean, do that. Make it a pack-in.
Well, we'll look at that one from McFarlane where you get the horse from the Dark Knight. And like a 2-scale horse.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that Build-A-Figure very much. It works with the Witcher figure actually really well. With Witcher figure.
I imagine it would. Yeah, they'd be smaller scale.
McFarlane did the Witcher too, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yes, they did.
There you go.
Yeah, the TV series Witcher figure is the only one that has the hip the thigh articulation to go on the horse properly.
Okay.
Otherwise, they don't really wrap around the horse's body very well. The game versions aren't too great.
Emotion Monkey says Build-A-Figure should be big, and I agree with that.
Emotion, I agree.
So now, Dungeons and Dragons, specifically the cartoon line. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Dungeons and Dragons, and you could market the crap out of that thing, but you need to market the role-playing game and start turning more of the monster species, elves and orcs and goblins, and basically do what Mythic Legions is already doing, but branded Dungeons and Dragons. That being said, if they're going to do any more Dungeons and Dragons cartoon figures, I will blow a gasket if they start doing Build-A-Figures in that before I start getting Build-A-Figures in my Star Wars Black Series.
Yeah.
That line's been running for 10 years.
If they haven't done it now, they're not gonna.
10 years in running Star Wars the Black Series. It makes up, well, by now it is, if it's not number 2, it is number 3 in my collection of the sheer volume of figures that I own. Star Wars the Black Series. Where are my Build-A-Figure Black Series items? Like,
who do you want to see?
A Rancor.
Well, I mean, sure, the Rancor could be done as a Build-A-Figure over a couple of waves. Any of the bigger figures, like the Asp, the Viper droid, the probe droid, could have been done as a Build-A-Figure.
A Tauntaun.
The Tauntaun could be reissued as a Build-A-Figure. All of those larger, even the smaller vehicles, like,
I was just gonna say, what about a vehicle to be a cool idea?
So, I mean, that's a whole other discussion about whether vehicles work in a 6-inch line or not. Every time they launch them. And I did not buy the TIE Fighter, but I did buy the Snowspeeder, and I do own every beast in the Black Series line. If you do smaller vehicles like Speeder Bike, that could work.
Yeah. Because like McFarlane in when they were first getting rolling on the Batman stuff, they released 3 figures, and the 3 pieces would snap together to make the Batmobile. But it was not to scale. It was just a little Batmobile.
Just a little collectible.
Was that in the Mattel run?
No, that was McFarlane.
I think it was his first wave. It was the Nightwing figure.
Did Mattel not do
Batgirl? I think
Batgirl. Yeah.
Did Mattel in their Collect and Connect? Did they not do Affleck's grapple gun?
Yes.
I know it wasn't exactly to scale, but at least they took a chance and did something else.
Yeah.
Other than, oh, here's another figure. I thought it was. It was very
funnily enough, in one of those, Dr. Psycho was one of the Build-A-Figures, and it took 2 figures to build him.
to build him. Okay.
So out of the, I think it was 4 or 6 figures in that wave, you only needed to get 2 to complete him.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, so that's kind of my thoughts on the whole Build-A-Figure thing. I've been saying it for a long time, and I don't buy the last. You know how it makes me feel.
Yeah,
I did not go all in on the Spider-Man BAF to get the Vulture, and it turned out that it was okay because they just released him as a deluxe with the better paint job anyway.
yeah.
The same thing they did with Ultron. So I mean, you know, you kind of, nostalgia is really big, right?
Yeah.
You see these things coming out and you're like, oh, and you're like, I gotta get it. And then I didn't. And for a while I was, you know, kind of disappointed. Like, why didn't I jump on that? And then, oh, it's okay. Here's the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's
So
a good figure. I got that on
this
clearance. It was a good figure.
Which one?
The Vulture Build-A-Figure, or the Vulture Deluxe.
I bought the deluxe as well. I'm like,
Good.
and I don't feel bad at all. I mean, I'll pay the deluxe price for it to get
I went
the whole
the other
thing.
way and built the figure.
Right now,
did the Build-A-Figure come with that little stand that keeps them upright?
Yep.
It did. Okay.
Okay.
I thought that was a pretty cool inclusion to have.
Yeah.
the Ultron came with the deluxe Ultron came with a far superior paint job.
Yeah.
They left part of the plastic on the Build-A-Figure just like a deep gray.
And arguably the Hulkbuster was the same thing.
Yeah.
A far better paint job.
Reissue has a way superior paint job.
So, I mean, there's something to be said for that. I mean, oh, it's a Build-A-Figure now. Just wait a year so it'll come back around as a whole figure.
Well, look at the Blob figure they just released.
Yeah.
That was a long time coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but is that not a new mold?
Yeah, it is.
It's a new mold, yeah. So that's not only is it a new figure, but new mold.
Yeah.
Red says nostalgia is the biggest commodity on the market nowadays. Reboots and remakes abound. Not a new concept. I mean, that's kind of, you know.
Yeah, but the nostalgia, it's still aiming at us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like rebooting an old show and then bringing back characters from 30 years ago. Like Cobra Kai did it right.
They
created an awesome storyline and did all that, but it's like bringing back Michael Keaton as Batman. Like they kind of know where they're going with this.
Yeah.
Last week, Adam had said, had we have known, why don't we just get Michael Keaton to continue playing Batman?
How old is he now, anyway?
I don't know. How old is Keaton?
He might have to do a Dark Knight Returns version if he keeps getting older.
Yeah.
Well, we've argued before.
I'd say he would slot well into a Batman Beyond at this point.
Well, exactly, as old man Bruce.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton, 71.
Wow.
71 years old. 71 years young.
Yeah. Don't forget digital de-aging.
Well, I mean, if anything, that technology is just going to change the landscape of entertainment. So, as we said last week, between the digital de-aging technology that's out there, along with the voice recreation technology from companies like Respeecher,
yep,
we're going to be able to have entertainment from any actor, alive or dead.
Well, if we did do like a future Batman, could we get Jack Nicholson back in there? I'm sure we can write him a way out of that.
I don't see why you couldn't.
Say Flashpoint, he didn't fall down.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Or Heath Ledger could come back. Like all of these people that are gone, that maybe gone too soon.
Yeah.
That could come back. And like we said last week, there's talk that with all of the post-credit or sneaky things that they were doing with the Flash that had to be ostensibly stripped from the movie because of the change up at DC, there's this rumor floating around that there's a third Batman in this movie. And we ran it down last week.
Who could it be?
Bale's Batman making an appearance in this one at the end, maybe. So
it's Clooney and Kilmer. Oh, I wouldn't put the odds high for them.
Well, again, I mean, with the Val Kilmer thing, you got to go back to, it's got to be a digital, a digital thing, and either get his son to do his voice, which, by the way, he does a fantastic job of his father, by the way. Aiming at millennials now, How to Train Your Dragon is getting rebooted in live action. Is that for real?
I have no idea.
That would be
How to Train Your Dragon.
If it was. I actually really enjoyed those movies.
I like them too. The question is, are they gonna take them seriously, or are they still gonna be comedic? And we still don't have a Batman Beyond or Static Shock. Interesting. There is a new Heath Ledger Joker coming out for the DC Multiverse line. That is true. Yes, I did see
He actually probably one of the best Jokers I've seen in that line, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Isn't the Build-A-Figure out of that one, The Dark Knight Rises Bane?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Emotion Monkey, the de-aging in the new Indiana Jones movie trailer is amazing. And so that's supposedly cobbled together using archival footage.
Oh, should have enough of him by now.
Now, Hank sent us a TikTok the other day.
Yes, and that was nuts.
That was like scary. It was a red carpet interview with Harrison Ford, split screened with the same interview, but Harrison Ford is 30 years younger.
Yeah.
If not more.
And you couldn't tell.
No, you couldn't. You really
How old is Harrison Ford then?
Oh my God. Harrison Ford
is he up like north of like 70, 80?
I would say so.
I want to say he's close to 80, if not.
I would say you're going to be close. 80. He is 80.
80. So then we have Michael Keaton coming back at 71 as Batman.
Yep.
Indiana Jones coming back at 80.
At 80, yep.
Harrison Ford. That's crazy. There's a thing floating around too that was showing that in 89, Indiana Jones and Batman were both coming to the theater. And now 2023, the same actors are reprising their roles again.
Yeah. Right.
That's kind of neat.
Cycles.
Yeah.
You've got Harrison Ford also joining the MCU as General Ross. Thunderbolt Ross.
Oh, that's right, because he passed.
So having him come in as Ross, like knowing that we are working towards the Thunderbolts, multi-picture thing for Harrison Ford, do you think?
I would assume so. Like if they're gonna go down that rabbit hole,
I would,
and go like full Red Hulk.
That might,
which would be a lot more plausible now, seeing as we have a MODOK.
Yeah, we have a MODOK. Well, technically, we have two MODOKs. We have Crazy Show MODOK, and now we have this other guy, sort of. So yeah, doesn't mean that we won't get another one. I fully expect that we will.
Yeah.
Maybe in the rebooted X franchise.
Maybe.
By the way, Hugh Jackman's been going nuts on his social media, showing off his workworkouts.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen him lately?
Yeah,
he's awesome. I love Hugh Jackman. It's going to be that movie. I think Deadpool 2 is going to be my favorite Marvel movie. So number 3, I cannot wait to see what happens. It's going to be phenomenal.
I am so down for it. And Kevin Feige has just confirmed this week that it will, Deadpool 3 will retain its R sensibilities.
That actually eases my thoughts, because that was the biggest worry. Like
that they would tone it down
and lose
PG-13
that magic.
Huge jack to man.
Well, they had the re-release of Deadpool 2. And they
right. Yeah,
it was like a really toned down PG-13 version.
It was like the Christmas version with Fred Savage.
Yeah. Princess Bride.
Princess Bride in it.
Yeah. No, it's nice that they're going to keep the rated R, definitely, because I don't think the movie could be told in the same manner with anything less.
No,
the humor
I don't
has to be rated R humor. It has to be.
I agree. Well, once again, we've circled the wagons a few times here, and we've landed on superheroes again.
Yeah.
It's hard not to, though.
Well, they're a big chunk of pop culture.
They really, really are. The Bad Batch is back tomorrow.
It is.
It's a single episode week, but we are now I've been talking about how I'm going to be some nervous when we start to overlap. We only got one more week. We only got one more week, and then we're right back into season 3 of The Mandalorian, which we will be covering here on the show. I don't know how we're going to do it. If we're going to double stream on Sundays, if we're going to do
Mando Mondays,
Bad Batch Sundays, Mando Mondays.
I forgot it's coming up soon. That's exciting.
We definitely will not be skipping out on that. It's kind of the hallmark of the channel here. Is that's kind of our thing. So
yeah, that's the one we led with.
It is. It really is. Before we were a video show.
Yeah.
So you go back and look at our old stuff.
The odd time.
It's weird.
It is.
It's weird. It's unnerving.
Young you were, eh?
Well, it was only like 2 years ago. So, and our first videos are literally just the audio with a like a still image.
format.
Yeah, it's like yeah. Before we got into this hyphen angled video thing.
Yep. More technology, more problems.
Yeah. And now look at us. We
Yeah.
can take phone calls. But apparently
Come
everyone's
on.
gun shy. I mean, Red's texted me twice now, and
just hit the call button.
that's
Try it out. You could be the first to actually get through.
This is a good time. Make a plug for the show, guys. For everybody that's tuned in tonight, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We really do appreciate your support, and anybody who does YouTube or creates content, for other people can appreciate the level of effort that goes into it. So, a couple things, if you guys are so inclined, that you could do to help us out. Consider joining our Patreon. There isn't really a whole lot there right now to offer you to really, go, hey, this is worth it. However, you should know that any contributions made through Patreon or through our merch store over at TeePublic directly offset the costs to run the show. So, for example, we pay for a professional StreamYard account, so we get that nice, silky smooth 1080p video, and we do the lion's share of our graphic design is done through Canva Pro. So there is a cost associated with that, which I am happy to pay for and have been doing so far for the last couple of years. But anything that you guys can contribute towards that, it helps. Enough about that. Back to the regular show now.
So I know, Morgan, you do a little bit of action figure photography.
A little
correct?
bit. Yeah. I
Dabble in it
here and there.
Have you got your Instagram set up yet?
You know what? It's funny because I put up I want to say about 7 or 8 pictures on it today.
Nice.
I had the account created and I haven't been touching it for a bit. I just not happy, not that happy, but I guess switching phones and just having different pictures and multiple different galleries from editing programs and such. I just went through it all today and I put about, I think it's maybe 7 or 8 on the Instagram page.
Nice.
So I got it officially started and kicked off today.
All right.
So you technically have an Instagram now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually has content on it.
That's awesome.
So what's your at?
Yeah, what's your Instagram title?
It is. Hold that thought.
Put you on the spot.
I know, right? Morgan's _figtography.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
What do we got?
I'm gonna copy that. Morgan's.
I got 14 images on there now.
All right.
Yeah. And they're all really good too. So just in case you're wondering.
Morgan's _figtography.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go and
Figtography. So if you're looking for something to check out, go check that out on Instagram.
We're gonna follow you here shortly, and then I'm gonna put your Instagram link in the description of this video, so people who are watching live right now or watching in the replay will be able to go and check that out as well.
Nice.
Well, guys, we've been going here almost an hour and a half. I don't know. Is there anything that anybody else wants to chew on before we wrap it up? I think the phone's rather quiet tonight, so I'm not going to beat that horse anymore.
Fair enough.
Anything anybody wants to close on before we say goodnight to everybody?
Putting this on the spot. I don't know. I got to go see Ant-Man still, so.
Yes, you do. Go see Ant-Man so we can talk about it openly.
There we go.
Yes.
Guys, we'll be back on Sunday night for episode 10. Episode 10 of the Bad Batch. It'll be our review series, The Fan Batch, that we do every Sunday night. And like I said, in a couple of weeks' time, we'll be double hatting it with the Bad Batch as well as The Mandalorian. We got a couple of short videos that we're working on in the meantime to be coming out here in the next, I don't know, a couple days or maybe next week or so.
Yeah, shouldn't be too long.
Tell your like-minded friends about the show. Do come and hang out with us again. And like I said, like and subscribe if you like what we're doing. Consider joining our Patreon and getting a production credit in all of our pre-produced videos. And yeah, I think that's it for me.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks very much for hanging out with us. We really appreciated having everyone participating along in the chat tonight. Sean, Red, Emotion Monkey. Who else we got here? We've got our friends over at Go Figure, Adam, TJC joining us from the UK. Payne's Toy Samples, thank you for dropping in. Really appreciated that. Gaz, always a pleasure talking to you, sir. And guys, until next week.
And thank you, Morgan, for coming on.
Yes, of course, Morgan. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Having me.
Of course, and we would love to have you again. So now that you've been on, you are officially in the rotation.
Count me in.
Next time we'll pull some samples from your gram so we can pump those for you. Pump the tires.
I'll get some good ones on there.
Nice. All right, guys. Listen, that's it from us here at Fandom Power. So until the next one, guys, for Fandom Power, my name is Wes.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Morgan.
We'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now, guys.